money on your team, it's because you're doing something. If nobody was talking about Wake Up Now, that'd be because Wake Up Now is not doing anything worth talking about. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you literally got CEOs of companies talking bad about our company. Why? Paying people to write articles about our company because our company is taking a lot of their distributors because they're not making any money. They're bringing them over here. It's a true story. Yeah. It's crazy. There's some people from that company in this room right now. But they're a part of One Now. You know what I'm saying? So they're not spies. They're not spies. They're not here like this. Taking notes. Hey, listen, CEO, I won't mention his name. It starts with a B. There's only one more letter in it. Hey, these guys are pretty badass. The comp plan looks like, crazy, man. Looks like, nothing we've ever seen. All right, guys. So with that said, we're going to get started, guys. So who's ready to be a champion? Yeah. Who's ready to learn? Yeah. All right, guys. So here's the thing, guys. Make sure that I always like to start off my journey with this. Learn with the intent to teach. Okay? Everybody say that. Learn with the intent to teach. This is the business of duplication, so you want to make sure that every time that you're learning something, your mind should be I'm going to pass this on to other people in my organization. That makes sense, guys? Yes. So pretend like the information that you're going to learn here, after we're done, your whole team is going to come up here, they're going to sit down, you're going to be up here, and you're going to be trained on this information. Would you learn the stuff differently? Yeah. Yes, you'd be taking copious notes. If somebody was interrupting you, you'd tell them, hey, shut up. Does that make sense, guys? If somebody is interrupting you and wants to all of a sudden have a conversation with you, tell them, hey, in a respectful way, shut up. But do let them know, hey, listen, man, let's pay attention. You know what I mean? Because it's not fair. Let's say I don't want to pay attention. You're talking to me and I'm talking to you, but we're interrupting somebody around us. It's not fair to them. So let's make sure we're taking notes. So, guys, to get started with the training, I want to, share a couple of things with you. When I barely started in the industry, at the time it was every Monday. It was every Monday there was a training at the Proud Bird in downtown Boston by the airport. Okay, and I used to go to that training for that particular company every Monday for years. Like maybe I missed it if I had like a flu or something. You know what I mean? But I would never miss that training. But my mentor said to me, JC, you've got to work. You've got to pay the price. You got to become an expert. Okay, so I started going to trainings, and I never missed a training. Okay, now granted, from time to time we're gonna have things that prevent us from going. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. That's understandable. Life happens, but don't let it happen to you because you're lazy. Does that make sense? Because you had a long day. Like, dude, a lot of people had a long day, and they're still gonna be there. Some people had a longer day than you. There's one person here that's sick as heck. You know what I mean? There's some people that are gonna come in here sick, and they're still gonna come in here and take notes. Does that make sense? Yeah. So. That's what I recommend you to do. Look, guys, when I was, when my friends were playing, I was going to events. When my friends were goofing around, I was studying. When my friends were soaking up the sun, I was soaking up ideas. When my friends were making love, well, that I didn't take a break. But you get the point, you know what I'm saying? You guys get the point. So, hence my son Maximus, right? Right? So, no, but what is the point, man? The point is that we paid the price. Now, we've been able to do a lot of things that my friends that were telling me that it wasn't possible, that I was wasting my time. Now, we've been able to accomplish and do things that they can never do. Why? Because I was one of those champions, like you guys all here. We got a packed room here. Why? Because I was willing to pay the price. And it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. I say that all the time because it's so true. Some of you guys are going to have days and weeks where you are thinking and contemplating of quitting. That's when we're going to see where the champion comes in. Remember, you can tell the size of the problem by the size of the man. You can tell the size of the man by the size of the problem that gets him down. You can tell the size of a woman by the size of the problem that gets him down. Some of you guys are going to go founder 3 and your whole team is going to quit. What should I do? Go find a couple of 3 people, then get another 3 people. You know what I'm saying? I've literally seen people in other companies where they had $1,000 a month residual. Their whole team, they rebuilt it. But you know how many people they needed to make $1,000? Put it to you this way. They needed about $20,000 to $30,000 in volume to make $1,000. So let's say 25,000. How many people with 25,000 divided by 100? 25 what? 2,500. So that person, 250? 250, you have 2 zeros? Yeah. Okay, there you go. So 250 people. So for those people to make $1,000 residual income, they need about 250 people active paying $100 a month to keep their $1,000 a month. Does that make sense here? Here, you could do that with about 20 people. You can make $600 a month with 12 people. That is nothing, man. You guys are cutting your teeth on something that's very easy for those of you guys that are here for the first time. So right now, I want to talk about, guys, the compensation plan. And we're going to also talk about the back office. Okay, we're going to talk about the services, how to use the services, how to, get the travel discounts and a bunch of different things like that. But before we get into that, I want to get into the comp plan. You guys really got to understand the comp plan and how you're going to get paid. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
So a lot of you guys might understand it, but a lot of you guys understand it on the surface. You don't know. There's some details that is very important that you really grasp. Because I've already seen, in the short time I've been here, I haven't even been here 3 months. In this short time, I've already seen people miss out $600 because of one wrong placed person. It's not that they didn't have the people. They had them, they just misplaced them. First thing about the comp plan I want to share with you is this. If they are in your holding tank, they do not count. The volume doesn't show. There's a guy on our team that had 2 people in his holding tank last month. So what he had to do is, he realized, I don't got the volume, I need 4 more people. He went out and did a bunch of meetings, which was good. He signed up 4 new people, placed them, but he realized, I didn't need 4 people, I only needed 2. Because he had 2 in the holding tank that he hadn't placed yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if they're in your holding tank, you gotta place them. Does anybody here not know what the holding tank is? Raise your hand. Okay. The holding tank, when you sign somebody, when you barely sign up, you can activate. Okay, so he's going to show you. This is the holding tank right here. Go to organization. That's the holding tank. When you get into your back office, you can activate. See how it says waiting room is on. When you get started, it's off, right? Right. You have to activate it yourself. If you activate it yourself, that means that when people go on your website and they sign up, they're going to automatically get placed under you, front line. If you activate your waiting room or your holding tank, I call it, they go to that place that Joseph just showed you. So as long as they're there, the way he showed you, that volume, those sales are not paying you. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
So this person that's in the room here, right, who's an absolute chef and he went out and hit founder 3 regardless, he's on the 4 people. He only needs to sign the 2. But because he didn't know his stuff, he's new. He's been in the business about a month. So what happened? He had 2 people in his holding tank. So he was 4 people short, but because he hadn't placed those 2. If he had to place those 2, then he'd only need 2, right?
Yeah.
So he's on the 4. So kudos to him. He hit the rank. He requalified founder 3. He already was a founder 3. He requalified founder 3. Okay? But it's very important that you guys get that if they're in your holding tank, does the volume count, guys? No. You gotta place it. Now, here's the thing, guys. When you got your holding tank, like let's say this is your holding tank, and you got names in here. By the way, in my office, there's a darker marker. Could you give me a darker marker, please? There's your holding tank, and there's people in there. As long as they're there, they got 90 points of volume. All these people got 90 points, okay? As long as they're there, it doesn't count. You don't see the volume. So like, let's say, for instance, you got 3 people in here, 90 points, and you got 3, thank you, bro. Looks like the same color. There's no black ones. He gave me a green for a green. Is there one over there? But it's probably darker green because this one sucks. Yeah, see, it's a little bit better. So, there you go, just put it there. There you go. Yeah, we'll just use black. By the way, black and red is not always advised to use, just so you guys know. For some reason, experts saying in public speaking to use black or red, we're going to use it anyways. Because we're badasses. Okay? So in this example, this person is a founder 3. But let's say he didn't have these 2. Okay? Well, all this guy's got to do is place 2 of these people on that leg that needs them. Yeah, just hold on to them. Thank you. All he's got to do is place 2 of these people on the leg that needs them. But if they're in here, that volume is not going to count. Does that make sense, guys? You're not going to get paid on that volume. Is it hot in here or is it just me? Yeah, can you put the AC up? Thank you. Okay, so the people have to get placed. They got to get out of that holding tank and you got to place them. I've already seen people in my organization that missed founder 3 because they had people in their holding tank. They had it. They have the people in the volume. They just didn't place them. You know how much that hurts? That's $600 that you could have got paid on. It's like you just got $600 in your pocket and somebody slipped them out of your pocket. Does that make sense? Yeah. Guys, Do not let your team go through that. I've got a notepad that the last days of the month, I'm looking at and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I'm looking at my back office and I'm looking at everybody's structure and their volume. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Watch, can you go to the tree and see it a little bit? This is very important that you guys do this. Because here's the thing, guys. Do you guys think if you get your people paid, they're going to be excited?
Yes.
Yes. Remember the expiration date training?
Yes.
The expiration date, getting people paid is one of the things that extends people's expiration date more than anything else. Getting people paid. So watch this. So it's loading, right? So watch. Okay. So click on, let me see. Click on that guy. Yeah. So here's how you do it, man.
That pops up right there. It says make home.
Yeah, that pops up, and then you click on that, then it opens up his 3 levels. Okay? Right now we'll talk about the 3 levels, opening up the 3 levels up here. So check this out, guys. Here's how you look at the volume. You look at this side. See how it says LMF3? That's last month. That's last month's volume. This team has 3,198 in volume, points in volume. So that's got more than what you're looking for founder 3 is 360. But see, TM, I guess that means this month, it's 48. So this month just started. The volume that you're looking for is got to come from TM this month. Some people make a mistake. They're like, oh, I got the volume. So at the end of the month, they look at last month's volume. And then they're like, I didn't qualify.
Another indicator for you, too, is if this is a red X, that's not a qualified leg yet. So this X will disappear when you have a minimum of 360 in volume.
Perfect.
So that it will disappear. But if in green checks mean paid, right? Yellow means they haven't paid. So if you look at somebody's date and this isn't a green check and it's already passed, you know they haven't paid, right? Yep. So that's what's going to help you with your calculations with that red.
So the red X, okay. Now let's say, for instance, right here on the IBO, he's got 270. How many people is that? 3. Because 3 times 90 equals 270. So you know if he's got 270, without even looking at his downline, you know he needs one more person under there. Because you need 360 from 3 legs.
Yep.
So this is you. Okay? And you got 3 legs. And half a face. So check it out. What you need is 3 legs with how much in volume? 360. 360 for founder 3. 360. Okay? That leg right there, for that particular guy, has $3,198 in volume last month. This month has $48. Because of the X, you know, that leg is not a qualified leg yet for founder 3. Which is understandable. I mean, we're on the 2nd of the month. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
This leg last month did 90. This leg last month did not qualify. That was not one of your 3. You guys follow me? But it's cool if that one doesn't qualify because he probably has other legs that did qualify. Then scroll it. See, this one last month had 540. Was that a qualified leg?
Yes.
Yes. But 0 for this month. Okay? Then keep going. This leg had 4,105. Is that a qualified leg?
Yep.
It's a qualified leg. That's a great leg. Keep going. This leg had 450. So this guy's way more than founder 3. That's a founder 4, right? That guy's a founder 4.
No, actually, founder 4.
Yeah, founder 4. So the TM is where you got to look at it and you got to see the red indicator. So I've had some people last month. One guy had like 810 on his leg, then had like 1560 on the other leg, and had like 270 on that one. How many people does he need?
Wow.
Needs 1. Of course you know. Of course our founder 4 knows. So this person needs 1 person. 90 every time you sign up for $100, how many points does it give you? 90. So guess what? If he signs up another person here, that's another 90 points. You add that up, that's 360. So all you gotta do, like, let's say you're there to founder 3. Let's say you got 270, 270, 270. You need 3 people on 3 different legs. So it doesn't matter if you've got the whole 1,200 here. Let's say you got 1,200 points there. That doesn't matter. You gotta have 360 on 3 different legs. Remember, you gotta have 3 that got 3. Okay? Very important. Now, check this out. Let's say you recruited somebody. Now, this is for the new persons. People that are not founder 3s. Okay? Because a lot of you guys, I'm sure you already know this. Let's say you got this guy. He's got this structure. Oops, not this one. Okay. Let's say you've got one person in your holding tank, right? Okay, you got somebody in your holding tank with 90 in volume. Where can you put this guy where it'll help out your organization the most?
First or
Who says the first? Who says the first leg? There's the first leg. Who says the first leg? Okay. Who says the middle leg?
Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. Why the middle leg? Exactly.
Yes.
Because if you place the guy here, this guy is a D3. If you place him here or here, that guy's not a D3. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So guess what? You create this guy D3, cool. That guarantees volume for next month. His membership is paid next month, isn't it? Isn't that pretty smart?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart. And the guy deserves it too, because guess what? He got two.
Yeah.
But then guess what? But let's say you don't put him there. Let's say for some reason his credit card doesn't go through and he's on vacation. You don't got 90 points there. Because let's say his auto ship, his membership didn't go through. His credit card didn't go through. He can't be reached. Next month he can't do his auto ship. His membership. But if you put him there, his membership is paid next month. He got his 3. So his membership is free. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that guarantees you volume. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Like let's say, for instance, you recruited 3 people. So where would you put the 3 people? Obviously, the first one goes here, right? In this example, where would you put the other 2? Over here? Okay. Where else?
And do another power leg on the first one.
This one?
Yep.
Yep. Why? Because now you're helping this guy go D3. He's happy. He's excited. He's like, hey, thank you. He sees support from his upline. And that guarantees another 90 in volume for you next month. Does that make sense? Then this guy, you just created this power leg. Now, this guy's got people under him. So does this guy. So does this guy. This guy. These guys, they get their power leg built faster. I'm not a big advocate. Like, for instance, I wouldn't go and build 2 legs for this guy. Because then what if this leg takes off and then I put 2 legs that take off and the guy's making a ton of money and he doesn't have to bring anybody? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like when I build, like let's say for instance, I'm building 4 legs. I pretty much, if I recruit down the legs like this. I build 1 leg for people. Because if I don't do that, imagine if I just start stacking them like this. 3, they get 3, they get 3, they get 3. They're all going to get spoiled. They're not going to have to work. They're going to say, why should I bring anybody? You're doing all the work for me. Does that make sense? You're doing all the work for me. But on the contrary, if I build a power leg for people, then guess what's happening? They all have an incentive like, man, look at my team is growing. You mean to tell me I just get 2, and I'm 2 that get 3, and I make $600 a month? Oh, that's easy. You're giving them an incentive, but you're still showing them how to fish. You're not fishing for them. If you put 3 people under them, it's like you're fishing for the person, and then guess what? They're not going to do anything. Think about it. Let's say you put 3 people under me. 1, 2, 3. They go out there, build their 3. I'll make you $600 a month. You're like, dude, let's make your list. Let's call some people. For what? I'm already found a 3. I'm cool with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now you shot yourself in the foot. But on the contrary, let's say you put 1 leg on me, this guy, and he gets his 3. You're like, hey, JC, check it out. If we just recruit 2 people and those 2 people go D3 or build a team of 3, you're making $600 a month. Really, I thought it was 3. It was 3, but I already put 1 that has his 3. You just need 2 more. Now, I got an incentive to make a list, go to training, learn how to do the business, and invite some people. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So now you're getting into people that you normally would not have got to. This is very important stuff for you to do. Don't handicap your people. Think about it, man. Wouldn't it suck if you got a guy that makes $1,000 a month if you made him a founder 3, and they make the maximum of my founder 3 $1,000 a month? Would that suck?
Yeah.
It would, because guess what? He's never digging in and getting his people. So, any questions on this, guys? Remember, there's no dumb questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you said the second leg, when you said if the person doesn't qualify for their membership that month, like they go on vacation or something, but they had 2 RDOs under them, you said to still place the 3rd person under them?
Well, if I'm going to place them, and that's where I need the volume, I would place them under them.
The only reason I was questioning that was because, from my understanding, when the person's not active as an RDO and they have to run them, they won't qualify for the commission.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. If their membership is not active for that month, right? So like, let's say for instance, that month, yeah, their membership has to be active. But like, let's say for instance, that month they're active and they got 2. If I place one under him, now all of a sudden his membership is paid for the following month. So let's say the following month the guy's membership credit card doesn't go through. You wouldn't have got those 90 points, but now he's got them automatically. You got those 90 points automatically, yeah. And not only that, if somebody's not active on their membership, guys, I'm not hooking them up like that.
Yeah.
Heck no. If I know that you're not building, I'm not putting nobody under you. The spillover is a privilege for the people that are hustling. My time is a privilege for the people that are hustling. If I got a guy that's not working, and he's just a bum, forget him. I'll go find some new people. All right, guys, so here's the thing, guys. Director 3. Director 3. You need 3 people, and you're making $100 a month. This is very important. If you've got 1 and 2 people, but you don't got the third leg, do you make any money?
No.
No. You've got to have 3. Very important. I don't want somebody to say, but I got 2. What did I make with 2? You don't got 3, dude. You got to have 3. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I have a question. So when you place somebody below you, does it, if their waiting room is on, does it go in their waiting room, or does
No.
it go where you place them?
Where you place them. Yeah. So if they're in your waiting room and somebody places somebody under you and your waiting room's on, that doesn't matter. Once they place them under you, they go under you. Yeah, wherever they place them. So on this here, very important that your people understand. Hey, listen, man. Guys, the company is, in this example, they got $300 in volume. Okay? They're paying you 100 of it. That's 33%. The only thing that the company is asking you is to get 3. And place volume counts, right, Joseph? Yep. Like, let's say you got 2, but you're working your upline, put this guy under you. You're qualified. That still qualifies you. That's why I recommend everybody in their first 3 to 6 months, if you want to make 6 figures and up, if you want to make $100,000 and more, you're going your first 3 to 6 months. This is how I would talk, or my mentors, I've done it and it's worked every time. Our goal is the 2020 vision, which means 40 directs. 40 people that I personally recruited myself. In less than 3 months, I already got like 41 in this company. And I always do the same thing. My last company, my first month, I recruited 21 people. You know what I mean? And I had over the course of 2 years, I had over 130 or 140 directs over the course of 2 years. Now, in the beginning, I didn't have a team, so I had to go out there and recruit a bunch of people. Does that make sense, guys? But the reason why I mention that is this. Because if you're building like that, and let's say you're building 4 legs, and you're building legs down, let's say I got 40 people. I could stack 10, 10, 10, 10, right? Then that creates volume for everybody up, and it motivates everybody up. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So if I see somebody that's working, and let's say this guy is at the end of the month, this guy's got his 3, this guy's got 1, that's got 1, that's got 1, this guy's got 2, and that's it. And I got a couple guys in my holding tank. If this guy's 1 person away, he's 1 person away from founder 3, isn't he? Where's he needed? Number 3. So I would go and hook him up right there. Now, but before I do that, I like to talk to the people and say, hey, listen, I got a guy that I'm going to place under you. Where would you like me to place him? Because I want this guy to go, let's say this is you. Okay? This is you and you're excited. I'm going to hook you up, right? You want to go founder 3. Maybe I'll talk to you, hey, I got this 3rd person. Where do you want me to place him? He might say, hey, this guy right here is real serious. We got a meeting at his house tomorrow with 10 people. He's excited. He's a go-getter. I've worked with him before, whatever. I want you to place him under there. Perfect. I'll do it there. See, if I put it here, this guy's automatically a D3, which is good. But I talk to the upline. I talk to the team first. Because what if this guy quit the business? Does that make sense? But this guy's excited. He's got a meeting with 10 people at his house the next day. Don't I want to help him instead?
Yeah.
Yes, and it still gets this guy founder 3 because he's still got 3 people under that leg. See how that works? That's why you got to always be looking at your back office and be in communication with your people and find out where they need those people placed or what they got to do. Like this guy, let's say I didn't have somebody in my holding tank. I go and I talk to him. I talk to this guy and this guy. Hey, what do we got to do? This guy, you need 1 more to go direct to 3. That 1 more gets you to founder 3. Let's do meetings for you and this guy. Let's say we do 2 meetings for this guy, 2 meetings for this guy. We only sign up 1 person. Guess where that 1 person goes? Right there. And everybody wins.
Yeah.
Let's say it's Joseph and Javier. This is Joseph. Let's say that's Javier. Joseph and Javier, here's what we got to do. Is that, we got one more day to the end of the month. Let's go I'm going to be at the Starbucks on Garfield and Firestone from 12 to 4. Whether you bring people or not, I'm going to be there. But I'm there for you. So you guys better bring me some people because we got to get you founder 3, we got to get you director 3. And here's the deal that we make. Let's see if we're on the same page. If we recruit just one person, because both of you guys tried, we'll put it right here so Javier can go director 3. And that gets you to founder 3. Is that fair, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. So from 12 to 4, I'll be there. Like, I'm going to be there. Let's say they're like, dude, can we do it from 4 to 6? Okay, cool. Let's just do it. Does that make sense, guys? So you got to take the initiative. I used to literally tell my team, dude, from 12 to 8 p.m., I'm going to be at the Starbucks. You guys better bring me people all damn day long. And I see how my people bring me people to Starbucks. We're going to be doing a bunch of one-on-ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you have to make things happen. So in this example, boom, that guy is founder 3. Now, keep in mind, between 3 people, between 3 and 11 people, you are only making $100. Don't complain if you don't make anything more than $100 if you're not a founder 3. You guys follow me?
Yes.
If you're not, if you've got, like, let's say for instance you've got that right there. That is only $100.
Yeah.
You guys are clear on that? But see, when you do that, guys, you got 12 people times $100. When you get founder 3, that's $1,200 in dollars, correct? Going into the company. The company's going to pay you $600. What percentage is that, guys?
50%.
That's a lot of money they're paying.
Residual.
And all the company is asking for, get your 12 in a certain structure. Remember last week's training when we trained them? How much volume do you need in a regular network marketing company to make $500 a month? About 10,000. This company saying, dude, we're going to let you do it for $1,200, but you got to have your 12 in that structure. 3 that get 3. And they're not even asking you to get 3 that get their 3 perfect. If one of your 3 gets 1 that gets 1 that gets 1, that counts. They're making it simple, man. So that's breakage to the company. So here's the thing. Let's say you got a group of 10 people. And you're not a founder 3 person. First of all, don't wait till the end of the month, guys. You should have your qualifications done by the 25th. Does that make sense, guys? If you keep waiting for the end of the month, watch the system stall. Because everybody's putting orders in and people in. Then you can't get your people in. Then it's a hassle. Don't wait till the end of the month. I would highly encourage you guys to get your founder 3 done by the 25th. Be a champion. That's what this Eagle School is about. We're going to create people that by the 25th, they knock it out. Done. Take the rest of the month easy. I'm still helping my people, still doing meetings, helping them qualify and stuff like that. But I got my qualifications done and out of the way. Because if you get your qualifications done and out of the way, you can help your people, can't you? Yeah. You could be a leader that's like, dude, no, I'm here for you. Because I took care of business first. Then you go out there and help your people. So in this example, let's say I got only 10 people. I'm not a director 3. I'm not a founder 3. Guys, I'm going to go out there and talk to my team, especially where I need the volume, and do personal meetings to go out there and get my 2. Let's say I go out there and do some meetings. I set up Javier. Then Javier is this guy right here. Boom. Okay, I still need one more person under that leg. Worst case scenario, I'm going to call my mom. I'm going to call my aunt, my cousins, and do a presentation over the phone, or at the very least, give them a membership, give them a gift. Does that make sense? I'm going to send you a video. I'm going to give you a gift. Look at that video. Just give me your permission because I'm going to need your information. I'm going to sign you up as my customer because I want to give you a gift. I did a raffle. Your name came up. So I'm going to give you a $100 gift that's worth a couple $100 a month. I want you to try my services from my company. If you like them, which I'll show you how to use them, you're going to stay with this forever. It's going to save you a couple $100 a month. Does that make sense? Yes. They see the video? Sign them up all day long. Who would not pay $100 to hit founder 3 and make 600? Yes. Guys, that's like business 101. But I'm not making it up. I'm signing somebody up. I'm letting them know. I'm going to hook you up. That's not that. Very easy. Or let's say I'm like, hey, listen, take a look at this membership. You know what I mean? I want you to see the value of this, and I want to see if you can become my customer. Guys, you can literally ask people for a favor. Hey, I just started my business, and I wanted to see if you could help me out. I want to see if you could take a look at, what my company has to offer. And if you like it, I want to answer your question so you can become a customer. If you don't like it, no problem. I'll never bug you again. Could you help me out and take a look at some information for me? Who could do that? See, you do that, they see the video. You might not have to give them a gift. They might be like, hey, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to try out your membership for a month. Just show me how to use it. Perfect. You got it done. Worst case scenario, I'm going to hook you up with a gift. I believe so much in my services and my products that I'm going to give you a 1 month free trial. And then after that, it's on you if you want to keep it. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
And qualify Founder 3. Go out there, man. If you're 3 people away, 4 people away, 5 people away, you could in one day, if you really wanted to, in one day you could go Founder 3 from 0. You could invite 10 people to your house, sign up 3 or 4. Let's say you sign up 5, you need 7 more. Guess what? I'm going to be at Starbucks from this time to this time, or let's go to somebody's house. Hey, we just signed up, Chris, congratulations, you're excited. Listen, before the end of the month, I need you guys to help me out. I got to hit this position of Founder 3. You know? Which one of you guys' house can we do a meeting in and invite some people last minute? We'll get a couple of snacks, invite some people. We'll show them this video and draw this information out. I mean, it's a tall order. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but you could certainly hit that rank. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
You could definitely hit that rank. So, from 3 to 11, you make $100. There's no excuse, guys, to be left with 9, 10, 11 people and not hit Founder 3. There's no excuse. You got home it? I mean, you're leaving money on the table. Straight up. I can tell some of my broke friends, check this out, and I'm going to lend you $100. Let's say I need 2 people. Let's say I get 2 friends. I'm going to lend you $100. I'm going to lend you $100 because I'm going to hook you up to never be broke again. Let's sign you up. Does that make sense? But I'm lending them the money. Here you go, deposit in your bank. Here you go, get a prepaid card or something. I'm lending you the money, but I need your commitment. If I'm going to commit to you, I need you to commit to me. So you're going to put me in front of 10 people in your first 7 days. Because that's why I'm paying $100 for you. Do we got a deal? Yes, perfect, sign them up. See what I'm saying? So what if I got 10 people, 2 people away, and I do that with 2 of my friends. Now, they got this commitment to me. Now they're like, man, this dude's hooking me up. He's lending me the money. But it's cool. I lend them the money, qualified Founder 3, and I got them committed to build business. You guys follow me?
Yeah.
Is that smart or what?
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Here's the thing, though. You got to get good, not just that you doing it, but you got to qualify people. You got to get people to Founder 3 every month. You got to get new people to Founder 3 and re-qualify Founder 3 and keep going and keep going and keep going. If you duplicate this, you're relentless about going Founder 3 and creating Founder 3s, man, you're going to make a ton of money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Get creative. I see some guys last month, man. I saw some people back up and I'm like, seriously? This dude is 2, 3 people away and they're not a Founder 3? So I'm like, I gotta address this at the training, so I take responsibility. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now you guys are here, dude. Go Founder 3. You got somebody in your team that's 4 people away on the last day of the month. That guy could go Founder 3. Think about it. If you do that with 4 people, does that make sense, guys? I'm holding myself back from saying a lot of things. Yeah. So go do meetings, get in front of people, and sign them up. You know what I mean? It's great. All right. So Founder 3. Now let's go Founder 4. So in Founder 4, guys, who wants to go Founder 4? Who's going Founder 4? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Raise your hand. Whoever wants some serious accountability mentorship. Hold on. Before you guys put your hands back. Let me make something clear. Don't raise your hand if you're not serious, because you're wasting my time. Does that make sense? And you're wasting your time too, with all due respect. Because a lot of times we get influenced to raise our hand because other people are raising their hands and it sounds cool and looks cool. But a lot of times we raise our hands when we know that we're not really serious for that kind of commitment. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So don't it might not be your time to want that kind of mentorship. Does that make sense? And accountability. And if it's not your time, recognize that it's not your time and don't raise your hand. Does that make sense, guys? Because the time that your uplines and myself could be spending with you and calling you, and you're not serious, we could be calling somebody else and spending more time with other people that are serious. Does that make sense, guys? So I'm going to ask the question again. Make sure. This means that, by the way, when I say that, it means because we're going to set goals for you to achieve certain ranks, help out a certain amount of people, do a certain amount of presentations, and you better do them or you're going to get kicked out of this group. Does that make sense? Kicked out of the mentorship group, not this. You know what I'm saying? It's an elite group of people that are ready to go to the next level. So, who in here is ready to be accountable and to have an accountability, be a part of an accountability mentorship group? Raise your hand. Okay. No, you could be a part of another team. That's fine. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a list of that, and we're gonna set goals for you guys and timelines, and have you guys accountable to certain things. And you don't waste your time or our time. Does that make sense, guys? Yes. Okay. So we'll get a list because there's a lot of you guys. So I was gonna write them down, but there's so many of you guys that'll take forever. All right, Founder 4. Let's go Founder 4. Founder 4 is 10,000 in volume, which is about 111 people. Okay? You need 4 legs. 4 qualified legs, yes. A qualified leg means that it has a minimum, and correct me if I'm wrong, 360 points. So you can use no more than 45% from any one leg. Here's what I mean by that. 10,000 in volume.
50%. That one they give you 50.
Really?
It's an easy one, yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, that's why. Yeah. Oh, dang, you guys got it easy. That's even better. So think about it like this. Let's say, for instance, you got this leg has 6,000 in volume. Then this leg has 4,000 volume. And then this leg has 360 in volume. This leg has 360 in volume. You a Father 4?
No.
Why?
You could only get 5,000.
Exactly. 50% of 10,000 is how much, guys? 5,000. So that's 1,000 here. You're short because you could only use 5,000 from one leg. That's where people make a mistake. Like for instance, me for my qualifications for Founder 5, right? I was 360 short on one leg. Then we just, got that done right away. We have way more than the necessary volume, but one leg didn't have the 360. You know what I mean? It kind of like the volume on that particular leg went down. Not like a lot. It wasn't a strong leg. It was like a qualified leg. It had 180. So how many people did I need on that leg? 2. Or a couple of cases. Exactly. See, yeah, you can buy some thunder. You could, guys, check this out, man. Like, let's say, for instance, now a 360, that could be a guy that got his 3. Boom, 360. So you could literally hit Founder 4 with 2 strong legs. Look, you got 5,000 from this leg, 5,000 from this leg. You got 10,000. You just need 360 from this one, 360 from this one. You're on your way. Does that make sense? You need 2 strong legs to make $2,700 a month. Is that a pretty good deal? Let's say you find, guys, write this down. You're going to have people that are going to crawl. You're going to have people that are going to walk. And you're going to have people that are going to run in your business. I learned this today. You're going to have people that are going to crawl. You're going to have people that are going to walk. And you're going to have people that are going to run. What do you think you do with the people that crawl? You crawl with them. What do you do with the people that run, that walk? You walk with them. And what do you do with the people that run? You make them a lot of money.
Nice.
Because they're gonna run. That's the 80-20 rule. 20% of your people will make 80% of money. You stick to them, you see their back office, you hold them accountable. You go work with them, you do more meetings with them. You make them a lot of money, because if you don't make them a lot of money, they're gonna probably stay stagnant, or maybe they might even leave. Which they'd be really stupid to leave this deal, but just saying. Does that make sense? But you're not taking out the maximum potential from that person. Does that make sense, guys? Like Jim Rohn says it in one of his CDs. I don't know if it's in that one, in Building Your Network Marketing, which, by the way, I just ordered more. I've got like another 100 of the Jim Rohn Building Your Network Marketing business. If you're not getting your new people to listen to that CD, you're not being a good sponsor, man. Trust me, be a good sponsor. Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. We have the CDs up front. So check this out, guys. When you're building this business, if you got 2, let's say this guy's a runner, this guy's a runner. And here's the thing, guys. Check this out. Let's say you brought Tom. And you brought Eric. Okay? Tom and Eric might be bums, but before they left, they got a guy, they got a guy, they got a guy, they got a guy. Same thing with this one. A bunch of levels down. This guy is a runner. This guy is a runner. Dude, you could go all the way down. The runners, how do you identify the runners? They're showing up. They're following the system. You could say, all of these guys, forget all of y'all. You guys aren't serious. And go work with this guy, and go work with that guy. Because they're runners, so you make them a lot of money. You get them to go, boom, boom, they're hitting it, they do 5,000 volume each. You already got the volume for Founder 4. Why? Because you made the runners money. The rest of these guys might be crawling, might be walking. You crawl with them, you walk with them, you shoot them at the meters, good job. You know, high five, you hit director 3, good job. You know what I mean? They don't require a lot of your time. But these guys do. You go out there, make it happen, bam, you got the volume. Guess what? All you got to do is go buy it, bam. Go help a couple guys. Let's say you recruit this guy and that guy, and they got 2 people each. Check it out. Let's say they got 2 people each, right? Well, if they got 2 people each, how many people do you need? You need 1 more here, 1 more here, right? Because it takes a total of 4 memberships to make 360. Do you guys know that if you buy 4 cases of Thunder, that gives you 90 points?
Yeah.
You could go out there and buy, hey, you know what? I need some Thunder. You just buy 4 cases of Thunder right here. You buy 4 cases of Thunder right here. And you qualify. Isn't that smart?
When you do that, you have to do it under their account, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You could go sign up, you know, a family member hook them up. You know?
Or if it's a family member right there, you can just buy it underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, you could always just buy it underneath one of these guys. You don't have to create any membership. You could buy it underneath one of these guys. Give them that extra volume. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends and family members that are just customers. You know what I mean? Sometimes they don't want 4 cases of Thunder, but I order the 4 cases. You want only 2? Cool. I want the other 2. Place an order. I'll give you the money for my 2. But guess what gives me 90 points? Then it gets somebody to Director 3. Then it gets somebody to Founder 3. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Then I drink and enjoy them. I enjoy those extra. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy those Thunder taste extra good. Matter of fact, this is one of those Thunder that taste extra good. You guys don't know. Anybody done that yet? Who's done that? Be real. A couple of people? Okay, good. Tell me, you guys know the feeling of the extra good Thunder, huh? Tastes extra good. And here's the thing, man. You're going to be using the product. By the way, you're going to be using the product anyways, right?
Yes.
Man, I say it all the time. Oh, by the way, some of you guys are going to change your mind. That extra group, that wants to be a part of the mentorship that I'm going to do, needs to be ordering 2 cases of Thunder every month on their account. Whether you're on my team or another team, I don't care. But you need to step up. Does that make sense, guys? 2 cases. You need to, hello, that's right. Yeah. You need to step it up. 2 cases, you get free shipping. You know what I mean? If not, you can't be a part of the group because you're not a product of the product. Not a product of the product, bro. So I'm going to check. You're going to show me in your back office your volume.
Last couple of days ago was double.
Yeah.
412.
Shut the heck up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Man, you guys got to text me when that happens. Honestly, I go on Facebook, especially to post stuff. I don't really go and look at it a lot because I'm doing games.
What? You missed it.
I got mine. Yeah? Double volume or what? Double volume and man!
So they had 10 cars in Cancun. The Cancun trip.
For $95.
Yeah. You just pay the shipping. You paid you paid the shipping on the. I got a bunch of. Yeah.
Wow.
Flyers, everything was like the last thing I was in this deal screen right here. Everything was. It was stupid the last crazy.
Well, I'm gonna check out the deal stream every day now, man. Because they got a lot of good things there. Yes, they do. Alright guys, let's get back to focusing. We get distracted a little bit, that's normal. Okay, so if you want to be a part of that group, you gotta be ordering at least 2 cases of Thunder. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
If not, it's okay. You don't have to be a part of that mentorship group, which means an accountability group. We're gonna have, and here's the thing, man. We're gonna set up goals for you guys and a game plan. If you're not following, if your numbers will determine whether you're really prospecting that much, doing that many meetings, and on your way to hitting that rank. Does that make sense, guys? If somebody's like, oh, I'm doing all of this, but they haven't signed nobody up, dude, no, you're not. Dude. Time will promote you or expose you in this business. If you're doing activity, guys, you're gonna get paid. Okay? You're gonna get results. Okay? So, Founder 4. Any questions on Founder 4, guys, before we move on to the next one? Okay, good. So, Founder 4, 10,000 volume, makes you that. Now, think about it like this. let's say you got lucky. And this guy gets placed under you and he does 5,000 in volume. That counts. You guys realize that? That is bananas, man. Everybody say bananas. That's bananas. You got somebody that falls on you. They do 5,000 volume. You just need another 5,000 in volume to qualify the other legs, and you're good to go. Is that pretty ridiculous?
Yeah.
So with 5,000 in volume that you did in that example, that you personally did with you and your group, that place volume, 5,000 that you did, you're making $2,500 a month, $2,700 a month. That's like 50% at Founder 4 that you're getting. Now, granted, you do got 10,000 volume under you, but the other 5,000 in that example was placed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So this comp plan, guys, is unmatched. So that's a 50% rule. You can't use more. Then Founder 5, you just double the volume, 20,000 in volume. That right there, it has a 45% rule. So 20,000 volume, you can use only 9,000 from any one leg. Because that's 45%. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So, like for instance, one of my legs is Chris. How much volume did you do last month, Chris? Almost 17,000. Dude, I don't like him. I love him. That's a good problem to have. But that's $8,000 in volume more than what I could use from his leg for Founder 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. You know what I mean? Like, oh shoot, 17,000 just need 3,000 more from over here. You know what I'm saying? But I had other legs too that did more than 10,000. So I had it just in 2 legs. I had the volume. I just needed to do the 360 on 5. Now you need 5 legs, 5 qualified legs. So now you need a 5th leg, 3 additional legs that do 360, and you can split it up any way. Like let's say for instance, it's 20,000 volume. You do 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. It doesn't matter how it's split, as long as you're not using more than 45% from any one leg.
How do you mean how much?
Well, the way you make it very simple. You sign them up, and you place them direct to you. So right now, Joseph is going to show you how to do that. So when you sign somebody up and they're in your holding tag, all you got to do is just, Joseph. She wants to know how to sign up somebody direct. So do you have anybody in your holding tag that you don't have to place them, but
No. I don't even remember it.
okay.
There's another one.
Here's the thing. It's simple. If you don't have your holding tag, check out. What's your name, son? Annette? Okay.
Are you asking if your holding thing's on?
No, she's asking how you get more frontline legs.
Yeah. So once you put your 3, I'll have to show you.
But if her holding tag is not on and she signs somebody up, it automatically goes.
It'll automatically place it in your front line.
So like, let's say you got 3 already. You want a 4th leg. Make sure your holding tag is on. You know what I mean? And then sign them up on your website, and they'll automatically get placed as your 4th leg. But anybody who keeps signing up, they keep opening up a new leg. So if you don't want that, turn on your holding tag, and you sign them up, they go on your holding tag, and you can place them wherever you want. Is that correct?
So you can just go right here and put your username right here. You see that?
Or ID number?
You gotta have your waiting room on. Once you put your first 3 in, put your waiting room on. You want it on.
Yeah.
And then they'll go in your waiting room. You just click on details right here, search the name, and it pulls it up, place underneath you, and then you're good to go. They'll place it directly right underneath you where you want it to go.
I recommend, I personally, whenever I sign somebody up, I turn on their waiting room right away all the time. All the time. Because here's what happens. Then sometimes they got like, let's say they recruited fast, they got 5 direct, they got 5 different legs. Like, damn. Now we got to try to talk to corporate to get some of those people in the holding tank so we can place them under them. It's a big mess. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
If they're holding room, now you as a mentor, you that been in training, let's say you sign somebody up, guys. Alright, so let's say you sign somebody up, you sign up there, okay, now you got 5 people in your holding tank. Let's place this guy, and this guy. Now the other 2, where do you want them? Does that make sense, guys? I want them under this guy and this guy. Okay, then you show them how to place them under there. The problem is that a lot of times we got new people, and these new people don't know what they're doing. Like, I've seen some back offices, man, where people had like 18 people, and they're not even directed 3. You know what I mean? And they sponsor like more than 3. Like people that, because they're uplines, we're teaching them this. Like first, you guys have some experience like that?
Yeah, guy with 60 people will not get paid.
Shoot. Yes.
Guy has D1. He has a real one big power leg. He's a D1.
Because he didn't like, and he's sponsored more than one person, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, so here's the thing. I seen the guy had 18 people, right? And then he was like this. What the hell? What's wrong with that marker? So, he had like 2 legs, and all those people, those 18 people, were on their 2 legs, and he sponsored like 4. at least. And guess what? He wasn't even a director 3. Didn't even make $100. He could have been a founder 3 like nothing. All he had to do was structure it right. And you know what? His uplines were teaching him how to do it. And I had no idea. I mean, I can't look at every single body's. If you got questions, the best thing is to ask. Every month, at the end of the month, I'm going to be doing some special meetings here where you guys can come in and we can see your back office and let you know where you're going to be and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But don't let me catch your team coming. If your team's coming to me and they're not going to you, I'm going to have a talk with you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to be doing that for everybody's team. That's why we're training on this stuff right now.
It's pretty much like being a coach.
Yeah. You got to sit down with people, look at their back office. You got to sit down with people and ask them, where do you want, like for instance, let's say you got Javier, right? And Javier's a stud, and he's going to grow fast. And then you got, let's say John is right here, and John is not a stud. So you got an extra guy. I would recommend to put him under the guy that's not that much of a stud. Does that make sense? Because Javier will get his 3, and then those 3, and so on and so forth. Fast, this guy, I'm talking about a guy that's working. Does that make sense? Not a guy that's not doing anything because he's not trying. But like, let's say this guy's just, showing up to the meetings, showing up to the trainings, but he's just having a harder time. Then I would hook that guy up and put a couple people up. Does that make sense, guys? Because if you don't do that, guys, look. Let's say you got Javier, you got this guy and this guy. This guy, superstar. This guy, Javier, is a superstar. But this guy, not so much. So you know that these guys are going to get their 3 right away. So you talk to your guy. Hey, man, this extra guy you got in your holding tank. Let's say you got 2 people in your holding tank. Those 2 guys you got in your holding tank, how your team's looking. Well, Javier's a stud. He already got his 3 in his holding tank. This guy's got a meeting going on today. That guy's pumped up. He's just going founder 3 his first month. Okay, so you got 2 studs. What about this guy? Oh, I don't know about that guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's motivated. But, like, the guy can't get nobody to meet him if his life depended on it, right? But he's trying. Okay, great. So check it out. Then those 2 people, what I would do is put them on one of his legs like this. See, I'm not going to make his team for him. He still has to earn it. He still has to go out there and get 2 legs. You guys follow me?
Yeah.
But I hooked them up. Yeah. Now, see, if I place these 2 people under him, I'm not a director 3. I'm not a founder 3 in. But if one of these guys just gets 1, right? Even if this guy doesn't bring anybody, there's still 3 people under that guy. Yeah. But what if I place him under this guy that's a stud? Now this guy, now I'm left at the end of the month. Oh man, I still need 3 people under that guy. You guys follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a strategy. So I work with the people. Now, the people that are running, that's why I recommend, if you go out there and you recruit 10 people, your goal, who in here has 10 people that you personally recruit? Okay. My goal is always to have 10 strong running legs. You guys follow what I'm saying? Now 10 people are recruited. Anybody can recruit 10 people. But to have 10 strong running legs. That doesn't mean 10 wide. I can have 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? But then I got 6 more people minimum somewhere under those legs that are actively building. You guys follow what I'm saying? Yeah. If one of them quits or falls or stumbles or takes long or is stalling, I got other people that are running. You guys follow what I'm saying? Because if you recruit 20, trust me, not all 20 are going to be active or running. So a lot of them are going to be slacking off. That's why I encourage recruiting, going frontline big time, and placing them under 4 legs. Okay, so now founder 5, 45% rule, you need 20,000 volume. Then founder 6, it's 45% rule too, right? Or 40%? 40%. Okay, so then founder 6, simple, volume doubles. 40,000 in volume, you can't use no more than 40% from any one leg. Okay, so that's what, 16,000. 16,000 from any one leg. Yeah. And then, we just, it just goes up. And you can see the comp line disclosure. And then you need 6 legs for that one, 6 qualified legs. Every leg needs to have a minimum of 360 points. Dude, if I'm a founder 6, and I got 1 leg that doesn't have an, it's like the end of the month, you know what I mean? I'll sign up somebody and buy some product there. I'm going to make it happen one way or another. Because that's what the product is for. You know what I mean? I'll get a customer. I'll get somebody and get them there. Okay. Any questions on anything on the comp line before we move on and bring the next speaker? No questions on the comp line? Okay, guys. One last thing. Founder 3, we know the ranks. Founder 3, you got 12 people. Between 12 people and 24 people, I'm going to write this down. You guys need to know this. Very important. So you're not questioning it later so you don't say that you didn't know. This is, guys, I learned this my first 2 weeks. My first 2 weeks, I had a guy that could have been a founder 4 by now, easily. And he quit just because he didn't understand this. Which I don't care that he quit. Whatever. You know what I mean? We're going to create 50 founder 3s and he's going to miss out on most of them. On everybody. So check it out. Because he was like one of my 4 front lines. And he quit. Now he's got a team below him that's going crazy. Some of you guys aren't his downline. But he's got one leg. But he already got his guys all like, unfocused and stuff. One of it, the guy that had ATB on his team that didn't hit direct founder 3 was on that guy's team. Because he wasn't coachable. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. Founder 3, 12 people makes you $600. You got to have the structure, obviously. 12 people all the way up to 2,500 in volume. 2,400 in volume. Makes you 600. Once you do $2,500 in volume, which is what, about 27 people? Something like that? 2,500 in volume, okay? Divided by 90 points. Now you're making $700 a month. Then 5,000 in volume, you're making $800 a month. 7,500 in volume, you're making $1,000 a month. So look at it as you go up and rank, the percentage goes down a little bit. That's called breakage. There has to be breakage to the company. People are going to ask, how can the company pay so much? How can the company pay you $600 with $1,200 in volume? Well, that's because they choose to pay the new people, the most money. But look at here, then the breakage, it only goes up $100 at $2,500. So that's why you want to hurry up. Go from 7,500 to 10,000, then you jump from 1,000 to 2,500. Does that make sense, guys? That's a big jump. But this here, what it tells me, that's great. The company's keeping a lot of money, which we need the company to be safe. Can we agree? Yeah. If the company doesn't make any money, they're not going to be around. No. Then our opportunity is gone. The key number, guys, is 600. You get people making $600 a month. Think about it. What would you have to do? How many hours would you have to work at a part-time job to make $600 a month? Yeah. If you got a job making, if you got a job making minimum wage, let's say you got paid $10 an hour on Saturdays and Sundays, 8 hours on Saturday, 8 hours on Sunday. That's about less than $150 a weekend after taxes. That's $600 a month. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. Or they can do this. So when you get a lot of people to founder 3, man, trust me, man, you got a solid business. Now you got to help an average of 7 to 10 people hit founder 3, so you could go founder 4, $10,000. You had a question?
Yeah. What percentage can you usually go up on?
50%, right?
What?
Yeah, 50% of the volume. In founder 3 and founder 4 is 50%.
Founder 4 you drop.
No, founder 4.
No, founder 4 is 50.
Yeah, 50%. So this all is 50%. You can use 50% on all that. So here, no more than, so if you got 1,500 from one leg, you can only use 1,250 from any one leg. You know what I mean? So to make $700, let's say you got one leg with 1,250, another leg 1,250, and another one could have 360. You're making $700. Okay, so that's the 50% rule applies here. Any questions on that? Perfect. So, by the way, the guy that did this, he had 30 people in his team. In 2 weeks, he built a team of 30 people, right? Hit founder 3. He had his brother hit founder 3. One of his guys didn't hit founder 3 because he just didn't place the people right. This guy didn't coach him. This guy's like, but dude, I did 12 people make you $600. I did 30 people and I only got paid $700, he said. I'm like, bro, that's a complex. That's the breakage. That's how it's supposed to be. But more importantly, you got this guy that makes 600, your brother. So think about 3,000 in volume. Him and his brother made 1,200 combined. The other guy could have made $600, but he didn't structure him right. So they could have got paid between 3 of them, 1,800 or 3,000 in volume. Yeah. Why? Because he didn't understand the complex. The reason why I'm explaining this to you guys right now is because now you know. And if you have questions, come and ask us. Ask them right now. But you need to know how the comp plan works. Okay? So I'm giving you the good and the bad. You know what I mean? There is no bad in the comp plan, but what you might think is bad, I'm giving that to you as well. So there's no excuses. Okay, guys? Any questions?
Ready to make that first? To show people that
you just get it in your
that they get it?
It's in your back office.
Yeah, it's in your back office. We actually have it right in print.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in your back office.
Things like that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, just go to your wake up now and go to your tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question going back to the numbers, and then like you said, you were 4 cases, that's 90, right?
It's actually a little bit more.
96.
Well, it doesn't matter, but, okay, so you can order it as yourself, right, for you? Because we did, I mean, I think you said that we did that, we had a separate account. So you can order it for yourself, right? You don't have to do an extra account?
Well, it depends. Go
I
you.
was just gonna say, people do it under other accounts because it gives everybody on top of their volume.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the point, but you don't have to, you can do it under you for your
Yeah.
personal
Your volume counts.
But you might as well do it under what you have a chance to.
Yeah.
because they get
Okay,
everybody.
so that's better.
But yeah, it is. Because keep in mind, if I've got a leg with 360, 270, it won't put it under me because I need 360 on that third leg. But like, let's say I'm a Butler 4 and I need 90 points, any one organization to hit Butler 4, I can do it under myself. But I'd rather do it with somebody else. What if those 90 points can help somebody go D3 or Power 3? Any other questions? That's a great question, by the way. All of you guys' questions. Okay, guys. Now we're gonna get into the services. Okay, and the back office training a little bit, but especially. So we're gonna let the next speaker get into the next part of the training. Which, by the way, should we take a break real fast? Yeah. All right, guys. 5-minute break, real fast.